All right, so here we go. This is going to be, what is it called, Derek?
The Heavenly Spear Crunch.
I love it. I love it. I wanted him to say it. The Heavenly Spear Crunch. All right. This is a very powerful movement, and essentially all we're doing is crunching. So what do you do when you crunch? Well, you use the thoracic spine to simply do this movement. Okay. Now, what looks simple here, it's simple in nature because the key is just like if I'm standing like this, my glutes are rather locked in place, okay? They're not loose and back like this. This is the anterior pelvic tilt, like that backwards C. We want the opposite. We want to stay engaged, so it's not kind of like an upward C. You're driving your pelvic floor, which is here, directly upwards, okay? So that's number one. After that, all you're doing is you're creating the foundation of what the rectus abdominal does, which is this movement here. Now, the spear aspect of this is we are stretching out our arms like so, and as we exhale, sending all of this forward. But there's a very important aspect that happens with your eyeballs. Your eyeballs are looking into your brain matter. So it's like I'm doing this. Zoom in on the eyeballs. Okay? It's very important. I'm not just looking up, because that would be like this, like I'm looking at the camera here. No, I'm looking up, all right? Also, the neck is also positioned in a place where it's comfortable for the eyes to look back like that. It is also extended, okay? All of this keeps you from using, one, your trapezius, because this movement here engages the traps. Well, that takes away from your core, right? So we want to try our hardest to keep our chin back, which means, why would I then extend? That's why I extend, to keep the traps out of this, okay? So just so you understand some physiological standpoints of this, because it's very important for you to be able to connect fully with your core. Because you can crunch all day and not have this, and you will not get the results. Next thing, you need a Swiss ball, okay? This is gonna be one that comfortably covers your entire torso. I'm going to sit down on the Swiss ball, and Derek, move over here a little bit. And what I'm going to do is now we're gonna create everything I showed you standing up. So I'm going to squeeze my glutes as kind of tight as I possibly can. That's the posterior pelvic tilt aspect of what you are doing. You wanna try to keep this engaged. Don't allow it to anterior pelvic tilt. When you're trying to gain momentum or any of that stuff, don't do that. No momentum. This is all controlled, all right? So posterior pelvic tilt. Next point, like I said, head is back and extended, right? Eyes are looking into the brain matter, so I'm looking into my skull at this moment. And then from here, all I'm gonna do is exhale up, inhale down. Now, if you can, if you're able, breathe through your nose coming down, out through your mouth coming up. Now again, all we're trying to do is contract the rectus abdominals, which is using the thoracic spine. Don't forget that. We're not trying to use any form of momentum whatever, okay, whatsoever. So it looks like this, posterior pelvic tilt, inhale nose, exhale mouth. Now the spear aspect is, don't let it go forward, because that's gonna force you to look forward, isn't it? No, when you come up, you're gonna spear backward, okay? This is going to help your brain know that your head should also be backwards. It's also gonna be a pointer for you to know that your head should be backwards, okay? So spear goes back, not forward, not just up. All right, so that's everything together. Now without talking, here we go. To notice something, how I'm pausing at the top, That's to exhale all of my air. I'm literally trying to get all of my air out of my gut. Versus, so that's what you're gonna see in the gym. That's what you're gonna see in the gym. So glutes tight, in nose, out mouth, spear back, not forward, okay? If you do all of that, you're doing it right, and you're really gonna feel a strong shock to your gut.